This video is an orientation video for the ITU Technical Official Level 2 Revalidation course. You should have been sent login details for the system and you should have access to the course. When you click on My Courses at the top, it will then give you a list of all the courses that you are on, one of which should be the Level 2 Revalidation. When you come into the course, you will see the rough structure of the contents. There are grid items for each of the different sections, most of which you'll see are grayed out. That means that you don't currently have access to the contents. So what you have to do is you start at the top with where it says welcome. And this section only contains a single activity called a book. You'll notice on the right hand side that there's a little box there that's currently not ticked. That means that this activity has not been completed. So if I click on that link, to work your way through the book, on the left hand side there's a table of contents, so you can either use that to visit certain pages within the book, or you can use the arrows that appear at the top or the bottom of each of the pages, which will then take you through the contents. When you get to the final page of the book, you will then have a link that takes you to the next activity or resource, and this will show up as a grey button with blue text in it like so. And if you click on that, it will then take you into that next activity. Now in this case, the next activity is just a single page of information. It itself has a link to the next activity, which is then a questionnaire. Now at any point, if you want to return to the course, at the top here you've got a link back to the main course page. So if I click on that, it will take me back. You'll notice now that 3 of the sections are now coloured. That means that they're available to you. And if I go back to the welcome section, I can see there's a tick there because I've accessed that book. In the next section, I've accessed the page of information, so I have a tick, but I'm yet to do either the evaluation or the quiz. Now the quiz, when you come in, you can attempt the quiz, and in this case there are 30 questions. So you choose what you think is the correct answer, and then you click on the checkbox. It will tell you if it is correct or not correct, and it will tell you what the correct answer is if you've got it wrong. And you just work your way through the quiz. Once you've done all 30 questions, at the very end you have the option to finish your attempt. It will give you a summary of what your scores are, and you submit all and finish, and then it will tell you what your score is. Now in this case I got 0% because I got no questions right. If you've got 80%, then you will pass. If you get less than 80%, then you will be expected to do it again, and you can reattempt the quiz, and you can keep doing it as many times as you like until you do achieve the pass score. Now, if you try and go to a section that hasn't yet been unlocked, you will see a screen that looks like this. So it will tell you that the area is restricted, and it tells you what it is that you need to do in order for that to be marked as complete. So you can then go and do whatever it is that's required, and then that will take you through and allow you to continue on your route through the resources. Now, some of the activities are open questions. So when you get them, you'll be presented with a checklist, which gives you a list of all the questions that are going to be within that little section. And if you click on the little blue icon next to that question, it will take you to the actual question. So in this case here, the question is in bold. So you read the question there. You think about what your answer is going to be. You then add a submission. And this is where you will type in your answer. Okay. You then save your changes. And once you're happy with it, you can submit the assignment. And that will send it to your facilitator or tutor, who will then be able to mark it. If you want to, you can edit the submission, so you can come back and you can make changes, and you can keep doing that over a period of time. And then when you're finally happy, you submit the assignment. It'll just give you a confirmation, so we click on continue. And that has now been locked. You'll notice that I've now lost the ability to edit my submission. I have to wait for my facilitator to grade it. If they grade it as being acceptable, then I will get some feedback. If it's not yet acceptable, I'll get some feedback and it will unlock this so that I have the ability to then change it based on the feedback that I've been given. As you work through the course, you'll be asked to complete a variety of options. Eventually, when you get down to the very end, you'll have a list of all the assessment tasks will be shown at the bottom there of what you need to complete. Now, that only becomes visible once all of the sections have been unlocked and accessed, which is why that isn't visible just yet. There's also the Resource Centre, which is where you'll find presentations from the courses. There's a summary of all the webinars. These appear throughout the course within the books, but they reappear here at the bottom if that's of benefit. And then there's a link here that will take you to all the resources within the course, as well as some other useful links as part of the whole process. So that's been a quick orientation and introduction to the ITU Technical Official Level 2 Revalidation course.